My boyfriend ran off with his stepmom, and his father killed himself. I always knew Elena was poison. When David's father married her, everyone acted enchanted. The neighbors, his co-workers, even David at first. She was too young for Richard, too clever, too beautiful. She didn't belong in that house, but she knew exactly how to make herself indispensable. I was David's girlfriend. I should have been the one he turned to at night, the one who heard his secrets. But as Elena slid deeper into his life, I started to feel like a shadow. It began with little things, late replies, canceled dates, the distracted look in his eyes when we were together. He told me Elena understood him, that she listened in ways his father never did. He said I worried too much, but I knew something was wrong. The year David turned 18, everything came to a head. He inherited his late mother's fortune, millions in land and accounts. His father congratulated him, proud but distant. Elena looked at him like he had just handed her the world. That night, David stopped answering my calls. I messaged. I begged. Nothing. Hours turned into a full day. I panicked. That's when I checked the tracking app. I hadn't told him about the device. I put it on his car weeks ago, after he began disappearing for hours. I told myself it was just because I loved him, because I was scared of losing him. Deep down, though, I knew I was already losing. The signal was moving fast, away from town, and then it stopped, in the city. That's when I knew. He had left, with her. 2 weeks later, Richard was dead. Suicide, they said. Neighbors whispered that betrayal had hollowed him out. His wife and son had vanished together, leaving only humiliation behind. I cried for Richard more than I cried for David. Because Richard hadn't chosen this. He had been destroyed by the two people who should have loved him most. And David? He still wouldn't answer me. I kept tracking him, watching the dot on the map like it was a lifeline. Some nights it stayed in a rented apartment. Other nights it drifted back to the estate, the house where Richard had died. That's where I found him. The doors were unlocked. The air was stale, metallic. Upstairs in the master bedroom, I found her, Elena, perfect even in death, twisted across bloodied sheets beside a man I didn't recognize. For a second, I thought I might be sick. I wanted to scream, but the sound caught in my throat. My hands shook so badly I had to press them to the wall just to stay standing. And then I thought of David. I ran through the house, calling his name, praying he hadn't been the one to do this. But deep down, I already knew. I found him in his father's study, slumped in the chair, revolver still in his hand, eyes wide and empty. A family photo sat on the desk in front of him. His mother, his father, him as a boy. He had shot himself facing the only family that had ever been real. I fell to my knees, sobbing, whispering his name as if it could pull him back. But the silence was heavy, final. I was the only one left, the only witness to the ruin Elena had dragged them into. David thought Elena understood him better than anyone. He thought she was freedom, but she wasn't. She was a curse, a flame that burned until there was nothing left but ashes. I closed his eyes and whispered, I loved you, even when you couldn't see it. And then I left that house, the Wallace estate, the graveyard of a family, knowing I'd never set foot there again. Like and subscribe for more videos.